Good morning, you're tuned into daily coronavirus updates. Today is the 22nd of June and you're watching The Wire. More than 16,000 people have contracted the virus in the last 24 hours. India has been reporting a record jump in the number of cases since the last 4 days. The total number of confirmed cases in India has breached 4 lakh and more than 13,000 people have succumbed to the virus. Kerala yesterday reported a record single-day spike of 133 new cases, taking the total number of infections in the state to over 3,000. Over a month ago, the virus in Kerala was contained and the number of cases were almost negligible, but as travel restrictions were eased, according to the government, cases jumped up again. Tamil Nadu, which is witnessing the second worst outbreak in the country, reported over 2,000 new infections yesterday and over 53 COVID-19 related fatalities. Odisha's coronavirus tally breached the 5,000 mark yesterday with over 300 people testing positive in the last 24 hours. Mumbai recorded over 100 deaths yesterday on the second consecutive day. More than 3,000 people have died in the city. More than 1,28,000 people have been infected by the virus in the state of Maharashtra. The Rajasthan government has set a price cap on coronavirus testing in private hospitals and laboratories to 2,200 rupees. So far, states like Haryana, Delhi, Tamil Nadu, and Maharashtra have slashed COVID-19 testing rates after ICMR last month gave a nod that private labs and state governments can mutually agree and fix the price of COVID-19 testing. More than 14,000 people have contracted the virus in Rajasthan and over 300 people have died. Even as COVID-19 cases continue to rise in North Mumbai areas like Malad, Kandivali, Borivali and Dahisar, the police and the BMC are not on the same page on imposing a restriction-heavy lockdown to contain the outbreak. While the police want a total lockdown to be enforced in the region to stem the rise of cases, a senior BMC official on Sunday said that the proposal was disastrous. He added that new cases are coming in from high rises in the region rather than slums, and the civic body was aware of the situation. The pandemic has overwhelmed New Delhi's medical infrastructure, and a large number of Delhi's doctors, nurses, members of ward staff, and other healthcare workers have tested positive for COVID-19. According to data collated by news website news18.com, the number of healthcare workers who have tested positive for COVID-19 is not only high, but it could be much higher in the absence of a centralized mechanism for data gathering, because little or no information has been made available from smaller nursing homes or clinics. The report by news18.com arrived at figures after speaking to representatives of Nurses Union and various hospitals. According to the report, the Union Health Ministry has not provided any details on the number of healthcare workers who have tested positive so far. The report said that over 1,200 doctors and nurses have tested positive, including those working at Delhi government-run hospitals. The report also pointed out that the Health Ministry has reduced the quarantine period from 2 weeks to 1 week now. To read the full report, you can log on to The Wire Science. The link to the article is given in the description below. In an interview to The Wire's Karan Thapar, Ashish Jha, a prominent public health expert, has said that India probably already has reached 40 to 50,000 new infections a day. This includes the officially recorded daily figure of approximately 13,000 cases a day. On top of that, the country will have up to 37,000 undetected infections each day. Professor Jha says that he believes by August, the figure could jump to over 100,000 infections or even 200,000 infections each day.
I would say a few things I think are worth paying attention to. So 13,000 cases is what we are identifying on a given day in India. But if you ask the question, okay, but how many deaths? We're seeing 300 to 400 deaths a day. Let's assume for a second that we are not missing any deaths. Let's assume that mortality surveillance in India is perfect and every single death is being accounted for, which, by the way, is quite an assumption, because even in the most advanced countries, surveillance for deaths are not perfect, and I'm confident that the surveillance for deaths is not perfect in India. If we had 350 deaths yesterday, approximately we did, the the infection fatality ratio for this virus is 1% or even a little less. That means that only 1 in 100 cases lead to somebody dying. So if 350 people died yesterday, that means 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, because there is a lag between infection and death, about 35,000 people were infected. That's how you get to 350 deaths 2 weeks later. That would give you a 1% infection fatality rate. So the fact that 350 people died means 2 to 3 weeks ago there were 35,000 new infections. We only identified 7 or 8,000 of them. Today, my best estimate, based on modeling data, everything else, is India probably has about 50,000, 40 to 50,000 new infections happening on a daily basis. And the testing infrastructure is such that it is capturing maybe a third of those cases. 2/3 of those infections are going undetected.
To watch the full interview, visit The Wire's YouTube channel or click on the link in the description given below. With several inmates and staff at prisons in Delhi testing positive for COVID-19, a high-powered committee headed by Delhi High Court judge has issued several directions, like creating isolation wards and carrying out rapid tests to prevent further spread of the virus among prisoners. The high-powered committee has also directed prison authorities to take extra precautions with regard to inmates over 55 years of age. The committee further said that new prisoners between 18 to 21 should be kept in isolation wards. In a major development, Mumbai-headquartered Glenmark Pharmaceuticals said that it has launched antiviral drug Favipiravir under the brand name FabiFlu for the treatment of mild to moderate COVID-19 cases. The drug will be available as a 200 milligram tablet at a maximum retail of 3,500 rupees for a strip of 34 tablets. Speaking to thousands of cheering supporters of him, US President Donald Trump on Saturday said that he has asked US officials to slow down testing for COVID-19. He called this a double-edged sword that led to more cases being discovered. He said that when you test more, you're going to find more number of cases. So he has asked officials to slow testing down. Meanwhile, a White House official said that Trump was obviously joking about his call for a slowdown in testing. Brazil has recorded nearly 50,000 coronavirus fatalities so far. The country reported over 1,000 fatalities in the last 24 hours. According to Brazil's official data, more than 10,67,000 people have been infected by the virus. China and South Korea, two countries that managed to flatten the curve, have started reporting fresh rounds of cases in the last 1 week. Chinese authorities reported 25 new confirmed cases, 22 in Beijing, and have tested over 23 million people in the capital until now. The Beijing Health Commission gave no details of where the latest cases might have originated from. South Korean authorities reported 48 new cases, out of which half were in the capital Seoul and 10 were in the central city of Daejeon. Across the world, over 85 lakh people have been infected by the virus. Experts have said that the actual number is much higher due to the lack of coronavirus testing in some of the world's worst hit regions. Thank you for tuning in. Keep reading and watching The Wire and The Wire Science. Don't forget to subscribe to The Wire's YouTube channel. We will see you tomorrow. Until then, stay safe.